Hi, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and do K.2, which is from the geometry IXL, and it's proving triangles congruent by side, 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 or side, angle, side. Let's take a look and see what they give us. So we have a common side. That's what's really happening here. And the reflexive property of congruence tells us that this side is congruent to itself. Let's go ahead and mark it. WT is congruent to itself. Well, duh. And they also tell us that TW bisects angle UTV. Well, there's the UTV, the angle is over here. And this WT bisects it, which means that it cuts it into two equal pieces. And so it has side, angle, side is congruent to a side, angle, side, and the two triangles are congruent. So we've given all of the definitions and all of the answers to get this information. And of course, we have side, angle, side that shows that the two triangles are congruent. Let's find another one. Let's take a look and see what they did this time. Okay, I sometimes call this one the bow tie proof. Let's see. No, they gave us everything. They said that T is the midpoint of PR. Well, if T is the midpoint of PR, then this side is congruent to this side. And T is also the midpoint of QS, which means that this side is congruent to that side. And I usually like to use the longest side with 3 marks, but that's okay. Obviously, we have side, side, side. That is given, one's given, and 2 of them are by midpoint. So we're looking at side, side, side in this one. Let's take a look here. Oh, wait. There it is. All right, let's find another one. Okay, 2 minutes, I'm going. All right, complete the proof. It says U is the midpoint of RT. So that means that this side is the same as this side. That's what we mean when we say midpoint. And when we say the word mean or meaning, we're talking about definition. U is the midpoint of QS, which means that QU is congruent to US. And RU is congruent to TU by definition of midpoint, of course. See where it is. RU and TU is definition of midpoint. Oh, I see. They gave us a whole bunch of choices. There it is. All right, let's see what we have next. Okay, this one has a common side, and common sides are congruent to each other by a weird property called the reflexive property. Well, clearly, UW is a reflection of UW. How about WU? Let's write it the other way. Then we can see that they're truly reflections of one another. And that is the reflexive property of congruence. We now have side, 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 don't we? Let's move it up just a little bit. There it is. Okay, let's see what we got next. I'm running out of time. Got to hurry up. Okay, we have a common side. That's my SV. And SV is congruent to itself by the reflexive property of congruence. Let's put this up. And let's see what else we have. Darn it, I'm messing this up here. Okay, V is the midpoint of TU. So we know that TV and VU are congruent because they are, V is the midpoint, and that's what we mean. So this is by definition of a midpoint. We got to move it up. Darn it. That's it. Where's my def? Man, I'm making a big mess. Definition of midpoint. Let me erase some of this. Sorry. Okay. What I need to do is put my eraser on so that I'm not making a big mess. And of course we have, what else do we have here? V is the midpoint. Oh, they tell us that TS SU and ST are congruent, and it's given. So this part was given. So we have side, side, side. Sorry, a little slow today. There we go, side, side, side. There it is. Okay, well, we'll do one more. I went over my 5 minutes, but here we go. All right, so in order to do a proof, this one is more or less a correct proof because they gave us some information. They said that H is the midpoint of GI. So H is the midpoint of GI, which of course is by definition a midpoint tells us that that's the middle and that the two sides are congruent. The HG and the HI are congruent by definition of midpoint. The rest is just given. We know that this one is congruent to that one, and this one, I'm going to use 3, I guess, for this guy. 3 is, those two are congruent, KI and GJ. And we have side, side, side. So this one is true by definition of midpoint. There it is. And we have side, side, side. And there we go. So I hope you guys will try it yourself, and hopefully this makes a little bit of sense to you. A little practice goes a long way on these. Take a look at my introduction. I think it'll make a lot more sense after you see it from scratch. So hopefully that'll be good for you. And I'll see you back. Bye, everybody.